Well, welcome to a new Dave's Classic Garage Tours video, and judging by the comments in the last episode, it seems you're keen to get an update on the XE ESP Falcon barn find. So let's get straight over to Grand Tourer and find out what's going on.
Okay, Mick, coming a bit closer. So I've been a few days in. You've had the bonnet off, obviously, and
bonnet off
and everything. What's happened so far?
So started going over the car and making sure that with the wheel bearings and stuff like that are okay.
Right. Oh, crikey.
But done some more investigation on the engine side of things, and done a compression test and realised it's pretty low on compression on 3 cylinders.
Right. Explain this to us. What's that mean?
So it's most likely you got either, being a car that's got high Ks, and it's a dual fuel car too, so it's most likely got worn valve seats or guides, or, to be honest, I think it's got a bit of a mix of everything.
Right.
More in the cylinder heads than the block, but I think it's got a bit of a mix of everything. So, being high kilometres and being a dual fuel car, so it would probably still run, but it wouldn't run very well.
How many Ks had it?
It's done about 230,000, and that's what the clock's showing. Whether it stopped or not's another issue. So,
do you think it was a bit abused in its earlier life, but before the old mark?
No, I don't think it's been abused. It's just wear and tear, and again with dual fuel doesn't help. So it dries out everything, and
of course
it's harder on dual fuel's harder on cylinder heads especially. It keeps everything all dry in guides and stuff like that, and the valve guides. So we're going to remove the engine and we're going to get it freshened up. After discussing that with the customer, obviously.
Now, somebody said in the comments of the last video that that's the engine number related to a, but it wasn't an XKE, but could there be any truth in that?
Not 100% sure, to be honest.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Right, so in the comment section on the last one, we had some person claiming this block didn't belong to this car, but Dan has done some investigation. David's doing a clean up for us. Mick's already got a wobbly engine.
Bit hard to read at this point. So the tag checks out.
So the tag checks out the Vic Roads.
Another point of contention was the owner's claim his car was an 84. Sorry, the accent will tell you I'm not quite up to speed on such things, but it was rightly pointed out the last V8 powered Australian Falcon was a silver 4.9 Cleveland XB Fairmont Ghia ESP, standing for European Sportsback, that rolled off the line at Broadmeadows in November 1982. Now, 2.8i Ghia X Granada owners, hold on to your seats for this one. Back in May 2021, someone forked out 355,000 Aussie dollars plus fees for that very car with just 60 kilometres on the clock. Something Granada owners can only dream of, I suspect. Anyway, back to the crew.
I don't understand how this viewer in the last video can have made that claim.
Well, as we all know in this industry, there's lots of people with lots of information.
Yes. Oh, what can I see there?
Not a lot, because I can't see much.
Okay.
You can see overall. Now, it'll need to come out and be cleaned up. Oh, here we go. Read out what you got on there. JG32 AP. Yep.
20768K.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Well, there you go, Mr. Commenter.
So matching numbers.
We're matching numbers. We're good. All right, thank you.
But other than that, we've just been trying to go ahead and get everything assessed and then go from there. So even the transmission's out because it's got some leaks. So we thought while we're removing the engine, we might as well get the transmission checked over and make sure that's right. But yeah, it's getting there. We've been going hammer and tong on it really, so yeah, just to make sure it's all okay. And that way we sort of know what's going on as well.
Yeah. And I see it's got new rotors on.
Yep. It's got new front bearings, new rotors.
Some bloke was saying, they've still got 50k worth of bloody in the pads.
And pads, yeah, no, those pads were worn, especially on the back side of the caliper. So, and they wore on a bit of an angle. So yeah, it might look like it's okay on the front pad, but then you got to always check the back pad.
Yeah. Because they had a ridge down there.
They had a lip on the disc, yeah. Right. And we've also rebuilt the calipers too. So, put new sliding pins, new seal kit, new pistons. So that'll get new pads as well, obviously. So.
Any new bushes around the back?
The back will. It's not too bad. The bushes at the back.
It's got to get around the back of there. Right?
Oh, the back of that. Yeah. But it's going to get new. It's going to get new ball join and some tie rods.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of control arm bushes, which we'll get to.
It rides a bit later. It'll ride a bit better, if anything.
Oh, it should. Yeah, it should drive pretty well actually. But yeah, it's getting there.
Cool. Okay. So what's the next job?
Next job is probably going to start getting. I'll probably do a pinion seal on it for the diff because it's got a pinion seal leak at the diff. What else? Still got a bit to do actually. So most likely, if everything goes okay, we'll yank that motor out.
Right.
Tomorrow, most likely, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
If everything goes okay. Been going through all the stuff like alternator, starter motor, power steering pump, AC compressor. Just a lot of those things are going to have to get reconditioned too. So.
Right. Right. Of course, pushing up the price here, eh?
Yeah. Again, because it's been sitting a long time. It's you got to do these things. Like.
Will you send off and get another reconditioned one back, or you get those?
No, we're going to use what he's got.
Right.
Because it's original to the car sort of thing. So we want to sort of keep the car as original as we can.
Yep.
As long as he's happy for us to do that.
Yeah. Has he signed off on all that already?
He has. Yeah.
Oh,
He's going ahead. He's gun ho. So he wants to get it sorted, which is good. Yeah. Good for us. Good for him. He'll get it ASAP, and we can, we can just work on it.
Yeah.
It's good when you've got a customer that knows what they want and they can get everything sorted, sort of thing.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, what's that you've just taken out?
So just remove the distributor module.
Yeah. It's not worth. That's going to be replaced or repaired.
No, just replaced. They're not worth much. So again, because the car's been sitting around, it might be okay, but yeah, better off not. It's brand new and fresh. Because we're doing all the spark systems, so pretty much plugs, coil, cap, leads, all those sort of things. And that way we know that that's right and you shouldn't have any issues. When they play up, you can have misfiring, or sometimes when they get hot, you won't know that they're faulty until they get hot. And then they start misfiring when they get hot. So just peace of mind again for a cheap part.
Yeah, might as well whack a new bit in there. Yeah, cool. Nice one. All right. Well, I want to have a look inside again now, because everybody banging on about the cloth and whatever that I never got to look at, but I'll do that now. Not much sitting in the back there, was there?
No. It's got pretty good interior, actually.
Yeah.
It's got really good interior.
I'm already sitting in it. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, still a bit whiffy.
Yeah, I reckon that rear screen's leaking. So.
All right, yeah, you've done that test down the water down there.
No, not yet. I'll get the wheels on first.
Yeah.
Because I want to have to roll it back, and then we have to. I'm gonna. Unless we yank the engine out, we're gonna try and tidy up the engine bay as much as we can.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna jet blast it and everything. And while we're out there jet blasting it, I'll probably do a water test at the same time.
Cool. Oh, I never did look at it. Oh, that's a bloody hell. Look at that roof lining. Perfect.
It's really good.
So
it's actually really, really good.
Oh, is it? Would it be normally that dark grey or?
Yep.
No, it's fine, isn't it? Bloody hell. It's not dropping anywhere.
No, it's actually really good. The whole interior is really good. I think I was saying it when I first come off the truck. I was so surprised how good this interior is.
It is all one piece going down into the back though. If he wants to fix that, how does he get, or is that a line?
They might be able to unpick that possibly, but
Right.
yeah, you'd definitely be able to fix it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, God, that's a view. Right, from back here, that's quite a big view that a lot of kids, well, a lot of now 40-odd-year-olds would be...
The old equaliser, the
remember.
graphic equaliser.
Yeah, that's superb, that graphic equaliser without an electronic display. That's what got me on the... Yeah, nice one. All right, mate, catch you later. We'll come back and see the next stage next week, I guess.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, Dan, the first car I filmed at Grand Tour, the XB Orange Tango XB.
Yeah, Tango Orange, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's the old classic coupe that all the Americans love.
Yeah, so where are we at?
Okay, so we're at final stages. Car's up and running, as you would have seen in the last videos.
Right. She's been off her dyno test again.
Yeah, when it first got built, it got dyno tested.
Right.
So made some serious numbers.
Right, okay, we'll go into that next video, eh? Okay, so what's left to do?
So final things left. Engine bay wise, we just got air cleaner and a few bits. Front grille to go in, and it's basically finished off the interior dash and seats. It's pretty much ready to go after that.
Okay.
Bit of road testing, and we'll be good to put it to the test.
Now we promised some extra performance with this particular car, yeah?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Right.
This will be certainly one that'll throw you back in the seat.
Okay, okay. And talking of seats, can we have a little glimpse of
Yes, we
what's
can.
going in? Or what has half gone in? Because this pops. Woohoo! Yeah, there you go.
So we've got the white interior in there with the orange, which looks quite beautiful.
Yeah, that certainly does, doesn't it? Wow. Let me keep my zip away from these doors.
And this one's highly optioned too. It's got electric windows and power steering and air conditioning. And
I got part of the,
yeah,
got the
some of the
instrument binnacle.
yeah, we just got to put the instrument panel, crash pad,
All right,
a few air vents and stuff in, and then we're good to go with the dash.
Okay. Sorry, just give us the spec on that engine.
So the engine, it's a 434 Cleveland.
Right.
Scott Cook alloy heads and alloy intake, and it's all designed to look factory. So it's got a roller camshaft, big Holly carby.
All right. Yeah.
So it made about 630 something horsepower and
Oh.
600 foot-pound of torque.
Oh, you're going to let those numbers go already, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. That's mighty. That's getting up to modern day supercar numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Better,
certainly is.
10 times better sound.
Especially with the torque figures.
Yeah. And that's yeah.
There's a bit of a saying, they say horsepower is how hard you hit the wall.
Right.
And torque's how far you take it with you.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, torque numbers are what I look at, not horsepower.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Looking forward to that. Like I said, I'm going to enjoy going out with you on this one.
Best part is it looks quite factory too, the engine, once the air cleaner's on.
Yeah.
It's got all the standard rock covers. We've tried to retain even the distributor. It's the factory distributor. It's all electronic inside. Put all the factory aircon, everything's back on it. So
Right. Okay.
once it's all together, you wouldn't know that it's, you know, 600 plus horsepower engine.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Right. Fair enough. And that's going to be what, on the road in a couple of weeks or so?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. We should be taking up for a wheel alignment and then some road testing.
Great stuff. Right. Talking the wheels. I'll see you later.
If you love this video, you're going to absolutely love this one. So click on the screen and watch that, and I'll see you in the next video.